What's up guys, Vanny here, and today we're going to be doing a La Liga Santander. Well, I think that's what it's called anyway. It possibly is. A starter team, basically, that's what we're going to be bringing you guys. Obviously some of these players on the screen might be a little bit more expensive once the game's out, but I'll go into detail really when it comes to that when we get into the squad. But yeah, if you are new around here, as this is my new second channel where I'm going to be doing squad builders, road to glories and draft to glories on this channel. Don't forget to hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, and yeah, let's get into this squad builder. Right, let's get into the squad builder. As just mentioned, in goal we've got Rulli. I think he's one of them keepers who's always been around. I think he was at Real Sociedad and he was quite a sweaty goalkeeper option in the La Liga. La Liga's obviously got quite a few different options. You've got Rulli, Neto. I don't know if that Citizen still plays for Valencia. Let me just double check. Citizen, yeah, he still plays for Valencia. When I did this Volkic guy looks alright as well. But yeah, anyway, we had Rulli in goal as the starting keeper. As I said, there's loads of different options what you can do in goal, and it doesn't really matter too much. Obviously, once you've got that higher budget, you probably want to be looking to get the Stegen in or Courtois in net for you guys. But now, Rulli comes in goal. But as I mentioned, lots of different options for you guys. In the goalkeeper category, talking about probably a lot of options. We've got the right back Kappa, and actually, there aren't actually that many options really with right backs because Hameda's just left the La Liga. He's gone to the Premier League, but there's a potential that Dest from Ajax might be coming to the La Liga, and he'll probably be the definitely starter team right back for you guys, and probably be quite a decent right back throughout the whole game. So maybe that's something you need to watch out for in the transfer news in the coming days. But for now, we've got Kappa in right back, 83 pace, 77 passing, 79 dribble, 75 defending, 88 physical. Just going to be your all-round solid right back for now at the start of the game. Just looking for some decent pace on a right back with okay passing and dribbling, defending stats, and that's what Kappa brings us. On the other wing back, we've got Firpo, 83 pace, 71 passing, 73 dribble, 75 defending, 76 physical. He's in quite a few of my teams recently. Very similar to Kappa, just that all-round decent wing back option for these early games, and that's something you have to consider. As mentioned in the intro though, some of these players are probably going to be looking at maybe a more expensive price, but for now this is just sort of my assumptions of players and who I think is decent players to even just aim for in general. Obviously there's going to be cheaper options on some of these guys, but I've felt like I needed to put them in this squad builder because they are definitely worth picking in your teams, and that is, for example, Carlos, the Seville right centre back. He's looking unbelievable. 77 pace, 63 passing, 68 dribbling, 82 defending, 83 physical. This guy was unbelievable on FIFA 20. His team of season was nuts. And I think early game, this gold card is going to be one of the go-to centre-backs for a lot of people, even at with a bigger budget when they're building a team. So watch out for him. His price might be expensive, but there is other options with like Nacho Fernandez and so on for your centre-back. So don't worry. Just because you can't afford this guy, there are other options. And I think maybe spending your money on Rivaldo or Laurent might be more worth your penny at the start of your team. Anyway, in left centre back we've got Koundé, 77 pace, 57 passing, 70 dribble, 81 defending, 73 physical. Passing's lacking, but as I think just an early game centre back partnership, we've got obviously that pace. I don't know how tall this guy is, 5'11", so he's actually quite small. Carlos, how tall are you? 6'1". So okay, they're not the tallest of centre backs, but they're still going to be decent. Obviously, load of pace about them. Very decent defending as well, but yeah, early game centre backs, and as I mentioned, you can probably put Nacho Fernandez in your defence if you need be instead of Carlos, because I do think he possibly could be looking at a more of a expensive price, and depending on your budget, that's something you need to consider. Right mid, we got Rodrigo, 87 pace, 75 shooting, 70 passing, 83 dribble. Just an early game winger. Typical for me, what I like in my early game wingers is just a load of pace, decent dribbling and decent shooting. Like, that's all they need, you know, because the wingers, even at like the top level, even when I'm looking at my main team, most of the time I'm just looking for somebody who's fast on the wing, because all I need them to do is hit the byline, you know, try and beat that, get that guy in that one-on-one situation on the wing and just be able to beat him because of pace or their dribbling and so on. So that's what really I'm looking for when it comes to my wingers, even at the top level. But obviously at the road to glory sort of thing, I'm going to be looking for them cheap wingers who can do a similar job, obviously at a cheaper price. On the other wing, Carrasco, probably more of an all-round finished player. As I mentioned, Rodriguez an early start team. I think Carrasco could be around for a couple months, maybe a month early game. Obviously, it all depends how really the game sort of goes out with coins with the foot champs. rivals rewards and so on, how many coins people do build up. But for now, Carrasco on the left mid option, 91 pace, 81 shooting, 75 passing, 84 dribble. Just a great all-round left mid option for you guys to go for. And I think he can obviously play in a few different positions as well. He could probably play as your striker or as your wingers or your central cam. And I think he's a good option. He's definitely a good option for you guys. I think maybe I'm actually looking to maybe put Rodrigo on. If I'm using this get information, I'm probably putting Rodrigo on the left and then putting Williams on the right, Carrasco and Morelos up top. But I'm going to detail once we get there, really, regarding how the team's going to be set up. 2 centre mids here, and this is where I'm saying this team could be expensive because I'm really not too sure how these prices of these players are going to be, because I think there's so much hype behind these 2 players. Even before the game's out, don't know how they're going to play, but on paper these guys should be unbelievable. We'll go with Laurent here first. 84 pace even. He had a massive upgrade, like 30 plus pace upgrade, 74 shooting, 79 passing, 81 dribble, 82 physical, and he's going to be a man mountain in your midfield. Definitely recommend picking him up. And then alongside him we've got Rivalde, that more box to box sort of style. I think he's actually no, he's like 6 foot as well. Even though I thought he was quite small in real life, but he's not. A little bit more pace though here, 86 pace, 74 shooting, 78 passing, 8 dribble, 80 physical, and 77 defending. I definitely recommend picking these 2 up as your maybe even long-term centre mid options. Obviously it depends with your budget in, but I think these 2 are going to be great for a long time, really, in the span of FIFA 21. And I think a lot of people will be looking to pick these guys up. In the attack, we've got Williams. He's one of them pacey wingers, sort of how I mentioned about Rodrigo. For me, I'm looking for just fast, pacey players. He's got an awful week for, I think it's like 2-star, but 4-star skills. He comes with, I think he's quite tall and good strength, so that's something what I'm basically using him. Like, it's sort of similar how to CR7's used. You know, obviously CR7's got that good weak foot and good skill moves, but you know, the best thing about him is his pace and his strength a lot of the time. So that's something what I've looked in for this Williams here. And then we've got Morales. I had to bring him in because he was so good in FIFA 20 with the 86 pace, 78 shooting, 75 passing, 83 dribble. I believe he's 4-star, 4-star. I didn't get to use him last year, but I know Lyrics, the other pro FIFA player who represents FootWiz, early on when he was running his second account on PlayStation, he was swearing by Morales. He said he was an absolute finisher. So definitely something to pick up in your early La Liga Santander teams. I keep saying Santander. I think that's what it's called. Does it? Can I see? It's not. It's called Spain Premier Division, but I think it's called the Santander in real life. I might be wrong, but yeah. I'm going to be calling that and just call it the La Liga from now on. But yeah, this is the starter team and how I would use it. Obviously, to get all the chemistry. It doesn't matter with La Liga because you can play whoever you want. But yeah, great all-round team here. Obviously, as I mentioned, probably 3 players who are looking maybe more expensive at the start of the game. Carlos Rivalde and Laurent. But I'm sure there's other options you can use in midfield, with like Thomas Partey and maybe a few other players who are hidden under the radar. But for now, I would recommend these 2 no matter what, even if you have to splash out the cash on them. In game though, as I mentioned, this is probably how I would use it. 4-4-2 would be obviously keeping the defence the same. Williams goes out on the right mid, Rivalde, Laurent in the midfield, Rodrigo on the left mid slot, and Carrasco and Morelos as the strikers. Just using them because they have the better weak foot up top. So yeah, and I think this is the preferred options when it comes to the 2 strikers early on. For me in the 4-4-2. 4-1-2-1-2, I'm not going to go over that, but if you are wanting to go 4-1-2-1-2, obviously you drop one of the strikers. I'm not sure which. I think I'll probably drop Williams and then get obviously another centre mid. I'll probably look at like get maybe, you know what, I'll build it for you guys. I wasn't gonna build it, but I'll bring him in. Thomas Partey, 4-1-2-1-2. This is why I don't like this website sometimes. Rodrigo there. Thomas Partey comes in that CDM role. Laurent Rivalde as your right centre mid and left centre mid. Rodrigo in the cam. Carrasco and Morelos as your 2 strikers. And this would be a great team all round. Obviously swap these centre backs to make sure everyone's in the right position, but this is looking like a great 4-1-2-1-2 option if you do want to play a narrow formation. But of course, we don't know what formations are going to be good before the game's out because we haven't got to play the game, and you never know how it is going to be played. So 4-1-2-1-2 might be the formation. Who knows? But yeah, that's how I would use it if I was going to use that formation. He might be a little bit expensive, but I think with La Liga, that looks like a common theme with the better players. Who was the player we just took out? I believe it's William. So let me bring him back in and go to the 4-2-3-1 and show you how I would set that team up. Of course, I need to swap all these players around because it always gets mixed up. And what I would do, Rodrigo on the left, Williams on the right, Carrasco in the cam spot this time. It depends who feels better on the ball. If Morales feels better on the ball, I'll probably drop him in the cam spot and then use Carrasco as that like big man striker if possible, with obviously the decent pace and decent shooting. You know, actually, I think I definitely probably would set it up like this: Morales in the cam, Rodrigo on the left, Williams on the right. Obviously, swap that so the defense stays the same. Laurent Rivaldi there and Carrasco as your striker option. I think that's how I would set this up in obviously the three different formations: 4-4-2, 4-1-2-1-2, and 4-2-3-1. Let me know what you guys think of this La Liga starter team, and also link your teams in the description. In the description, I keep saying the description in every video. I mean to say comments. Let me know your teams in the comments as well for your starter teams. Maybe I can review them and give you my advice on them and how I would build them. But as I mentioned, that is it for the video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.